I am the universe, and the universe is me. Peace, love, life. Peace, love, life, and solidarity upon your journey. Queen. Let me see if I get this right, because I'm not playing. Norfitity. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. But I just was saying, I am the universe, and the universe is me. At times, what I do is that I like to be quiet. I like to be quiet, and I like to actually hear my spirit. I actually like to hear what's going on within my universe, which is called the mind, which is called the subconscious brain, was consistently so active even when you sleep. It's so very important for us to tap in to that being within, that vibration within. Understand that we are nothing more but then vibrations in this third dimension, which is called the matrix, which is called planet Earth. Understand the reason why we love music, we maneuver based upon the rhythm, the bass, and the sound in which our ears hear, is because we are made up out of sound. Understand that everything internally, it graphed an example externally just to show what you really have internally. I realized that once I became, I would say, quote unquote, spiritually intelligent. And when I relieved the selfishness in everything, as far as me only thinking about myself, and I always listen to my spirit and what my spirit says for me to do when I execute upon a certain thing, I realized that my spirit is the loudest voice, not my mouth. It was never the loudest voice. But when you're so caught up in the third dimension, your body, your mind will be programmed to a certain thing that consists within the third dimension. So I'm really of the spirit more than I am of the physical body. We was only grafted into this third dimension for us to actually express what we have internally, which is consistent within the soul or the spirit. We are nothing but spirits. Peace, love, and life, and solidarity upon your journey. Thank you, my sister. We are nothing but spirits, releasing ego. Yes, I had a big ego. I think sometimes I would say that ego could get in your way. If you not balancing your ego, many of times when you're not on the balance with a certain thing, and you go off your ego, it really hurts you. This is what I realized though. I was really hurting myself when I was going based off my ego and everything. But I don't like the word quote unquote humble, excuse me. I was taught to be humble. But I'm like, I was taught to be humble, but I was never taught confidence. It was never a balance. It always was one thing that my parents, force fed me with. Gave me that definer in my life, in the chapters of my previous life. But once I grew older in life, I realized how I need to be humble and confident at the same time. Just like Dr. King said, he said, the day you remain silent is the day that you die internally. Meaning that if you shut your mouth, if you be quote unquote humble, right, and it's a situation that you need to speak upon, you will die. You won't eventually graduate. You won't elevate in life. And that's what life only consists of, is elevation and graduation and tapping into the higher being within. So I got to the point in my life, sorry about that, brothers and sisters. I got to a point in my life where, I just was like, what the hell with it? If it happens, it happens. But then again, just like someone said, sister, you got to feed your own ego, because who else gonna feed your own ego, Egos could be your best friend, though, too. It depends. It depends upon perception. It depends upon what you feed your own ego. It maneuver based upon that. I would say. But I was speaking with sister yesterday and everything. And I'm like, now I'm at a point in my life where I just pick off of sound. Like, I don't see things with these eyes no more. Like, my mind been distinguished from the third dimension. So I just pick up off sound. I'm just like the birds that you see. Just like the eagles that you see. I pick up off sound. I pick up off movement. So I've been having like these vibrations and everything. And then I'm tapping into a high frequency. It's not that I know how to adjust that. It's the fact that I'm so in tune with nature, because I understand nature. I study mentally with nature, not physically, but mentally, and everything. And it'd be so amazing how I see like a bird or a squirrel or any animal that's on the surface, as you and I see. They are so in tune with nature. They don't care about racism. They don't care about white supremacy. They are so in tune with nature. And I said to myself, like, damn, I need to get in tune with nature even more. But this just is the beginning. This is not the end. This is not the destination. So I took up sister offer. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to meditate, in silence. And let my spirit talk. Let my soul talk. And listen to that inner guidance. Listen to that intuition. Understand that is the strongest voice. Those three primary components, those are the strongest voices. Something that I truly realized. It's like once you have that gut feeling about something and you don't maneuver, you don't execute upon that gut feeling, and then you get a different outcome, you be like, damn, I should listen to that gut feeling. What is that gut feeling? That gut feeling is an inner being within you. That gut feeling is you. That gut feeling is your spirit. In tune with nature is truth. All else is distraction form. It is. And that's why I disconnect myself from so many things. I disconnect myself from politics. I disconnect myself from entertainment system. I disconnect myself within the school system. I disconnect myself with multiple components, because what I realize is that once you disconnect yourself, you'll realize that the shit that you've been taught, or the things that you are seeing with these two physical eyes, is an illusion. What if I told you that we are the animals that you see underneath the water, underneath the ocean and everything, and what we're breathing in is water? What if I told you that? The things that we are seeing, we're not really seeing. Color was man-made. Who taught us color? Someone taught us that. For you to actually identify based upon your observations upon something, someone told you that. You're not going based off what your intuition told you. You don't go based upon whatever what your soul or your spirit told you. You're going based upon what someone taught you. But we was taught multiple lies. We was never taught the truth. We was never taught to think for ourselves. There's one thing about the educational system. It never taught us how to think for our own self. We was always taught to think in this kind of category. We was only taught, one way, but was never taught multiple ways. We was never taught the correct way, I would say. The things that we are seeing is not real. They said reality, the Greek philosopher Plato said reality is created within the mind, but reality do not exist. We are nothing but examples of who we are in the inner being internally. We are nothing but that. Something I truly realize. And I'm on this development stage. I'm on this journey. This is my last thing before I close out because my phone is dying and I want to save this live video and share it amongst my brothers and sisters. As I go on this journey and everything, things start to be revealed. The layers of the onions start, to be peeled back. So I'm tapping into a different frequency day by day. I'm in a battle right now with the lower version of me and the higher version of me. Day by day. The mind, this is the womb right here. The womb is actually having conflict with the body. And it's like, I would say, this is part of the spiritual journey. Never regret. What Fabulous said, learn from mistakes but never regret. You can't regret what you did in the past. You can't regret if things was happening to you to lead you on to this journey. One thing you could do is learn from it. And that's what life is all about. So before I go, I want to say, turn your L's to lessons. You never lose in life. You only gain experiences, so you can utilize that tool when you're in familiar experience and you see what kind of elevation that you can go from there. Thank you for your time. Peace.